In this video, I'm going to be talking about the editing process of making my documentary. This has been one of the most difficult editing tasks I've ever had to do, and this is because there was so much footage from each location and only 5 minutes of time to fill. Therefore, I needed to be creative in the way that I structured my documentary. I watched the opening segments and middle segments before the advertising break of 15 Channel 4 documentaries and 15 BBC documentaries that used the voice of God and not a presenter. This helped me realise the conventions, and ultimately I concluded that in terms of narrative structure, the documentaries open with music to suit the tone of the documentary, and most of the time without lyrics, and then a voiceover. This is an example of The Natural World narrated by David Attenborough.
Meet Squirt and Weenie, and their proud mum, Clinky. They belong to one of the most famous families on the planet.
There were only 4 out of the 30 documentaries that I watched that had opening credits. They primarily came at the end of the documentary. However, there were subtitles for people that were foreign or had a strong accent, and descriptions of the interviewees, their name and job title. So for my documentary, I have 5 locations and 5 minutes to fill. So I broke this up into 1 minute and 15 seconds on 4 locations, a 30-second introduction and a 15-second preview of the hotel before the advertisement break. I then had to decide what order they should go in. I think that the market is best to open the documentary because it has the most footage outside, which allows the audience to understand that this documentary is shot at night. I did not want to continue with the theme of food again, so I discounted the bakery for the next location. The hospital shoot had little footage outside since we weren't allowed to film the building of the hospital. The bright fluorescent lights of the hospital corridors made a nice contrast to the darkness of the market. So after this, I chose to use the bakery, as again there were outdoor cutaways to remind the audience about the darkness and the dark effects of the night shift. Then the last one available was the tube, which I think is an appropriate location to finish on, as I have a scene of Jessie closing up the tube to the public and saying goodnight, mimicking the ending of the documentary.